Welcome to Star Watch Now, your front row seat to all the hottest gossip, drama, and breaking news from the world of entertainment. If it's trending, shocking, or star-studded, we're covering it. Stay tuned. You won't want to miss what's coming next. Today, we dive deep into the fascinating journey of Wang Yibo, his rise, his struggles, the praise he's received from China's most authoritative media, and the heated debates sparked by Zhang Jie. Stay tuned until the end as we reveal why the People's Daily keeps mentioning his name, and how this once traffic idol is reshaping his destiny. From his earliest days, Wang Yibo's story has never been one of privilege or easy success, but of persistence and transformation. Long before the glittering lights of premieres or the thunderous applause of arenas, he was just another trainee enduring the rigid and often unforgiving structure of the Korean idol training system. The daily grind demanded endless repetition, dance rehearsals that lasted until dawn, vocal training pushed to the limit, and acting practices designed to strip away comfort and test resolve. For most, the pressure was crushing, but for Wang Yibo, it became the crucible that shaped his character. He faced setbacks, doubt, and physical strain, yet every challenge seemed to carve into him a deeper determination. Perhaps one of the most telling images of his dedication was his peculiar yet effective method of biting chopsticks to strengthen his lip muscles. To outsiders it may have appeared trivial, even odd, but to him it was a symbol of commitment. Each practice session carried the quiet message that he was willing to endure discomfort, even ridicule, if it meant improving his craft. This resilience marked a turning point. He was no longer simply training to be seen. He was training to endure, to rise, and to last. When Wang Yibo finally broke into the public eye with the Untamed, the performance was not a sudden burst of luck, but the culmination of years of unseen effort. Every subtle expression, every line delivered with conviction, carried the weight of nights spent rehearsing and days spent refining skills most people would never notice. Audiences may have been captivated by his charisma on screen, but behind that charisma stood a history of laborious hours spent fighting self-doubt and demanding more of himself than anyone else ever could. This early chapter of his journey is not just about the rigorous training itself, but about the mindset it instilled in him. An understanding that true artistry requires sacrifice, that recognition is born from discipline, and that endurance is the quiet strength behind every success. Wang Yibo emerged from this chapter not merely as an idol molded by industry expectations, but as an artist forged by his own unwavering willpower, ready to challenge perceptions and redefine what it means to succeed in the entertainment world. The rise of Wang Yibo has often been described as sudden, almost meteoric, but behind the headlines lies a deeper truth that explains why his name continues to echo across China and beyond. Popularity alone cannot sustain a career in an industry where countless stars appear and vanish in the blink of an eye. For Wang Yibo, what sets him apart is not simply the scale of his fan base, but the way his story has been acknowledged by voices far greater than entertainment gossip. The People's Daily, China's most authoritative publication, has featured him repeatedly, not just as a celebrity but as a representative of dedication and cultural value. For an artist who was once dismissed as a traffic idol, this recognition carries profound weight. It signals a shift from fleeting popularity to something that resonates with national pride and artistic respect. The decision by the People's Daily to highlight him was not arbitrary. It came after years of observing his steady growth, his efforts to refine acting, his ability to balance multiple disciplines, and his refusal to succumb to the easy trappings of fame. Each mention in the newspaper was, in essence, a public affirmation that Wang Yibo embodies more than commercial success. He reflects the values of hard work, perseverance, and authenticity. When his songs were chosen as background music for national showcases, it was a subtle but powerful declaration that his artistry had become part of a broader cultural narrative. At the same time, the influence of figures like Zhang Jie amplified the discussion. His remarks, often blunt and thought-provoking, forced audiences to reconsider what it means to admire a star. Was Wang Yibo merely the product of fan adoration, or was he someone whose skills justified the devotion? These debates, far from diminishing him, deepened his presence in the public consciousness. Controversy, after all, fuels curiosity, and curiosity draws attention. What makes this stage of Wong Yibo's journey compelling is the duality it reveals. On one hand, he remains a young artist navigating the volatile world of entertainment. On the other, he has already stepped into a symbolic role, becoming someone whose success story is held up as evidence of resilience in modern China. This tension between personal ambition and public expectation adds layers to his image, ensuring that his name is not just remembered for a role he played, but for the ongoing story he represents. Among the many turning points in Wang Yibo's career, perhaps none is as striking as the moment he was publicly praised by Zhang Ziyi. Known across the globe as one of China's most accomplished actresses, Zhang Ziyi is not easily impressed. Her reputation has long been associated with elegance, professionalism, and a kind of distance that keeps her above the ordinary tides of entertainment gossip. For someone of her stature to openly acknowledge a younger artist carries immense weight. When she declared that Wang Yibo was truly my kind of star, it was not merely a compliment. It was a validation that reverberated through the entire industry. What makes this recognition so powerful is the context in which it came. Zhang Ziyi represents a generation of actors who built their careers through classical training, discipline, and performances that earned respect on international stages, from Cannes to Hollywood. For such an artist to express admiration for Wang Yibo suggests that his work had reached a standard where skill and authenticity spoke louder than the noise of online popularity. She went even further, admitting that her entire family, across different ages, had been captivated by his performance. This confession reveals the rare quality Wang Yibo possesses: the ability to transcend generational divides and connect with audiences in a way that feels genuine and universal. It is easy to dismiss praise as a passing gesture, but Zhang Ziyi's words altered the narrative surrounding him. In a world where young stars are often trapped between accusations of superficial fame and the relentless demand to prove themselves, her recognition became a shield. It offered proof that someone who had already conquered the global stage saw in him a spark worthy of attention. This kind of validation cannot be bought or manufactured. It must be earned through substance, through a presence that resonates even with the most discerning eyes. For Wang Yibo, this moment underscored the depth of his journey. He was no longer merely the breakout star of a popular drama, nor just the idol who drew crowds at fashion weeks. He had begun to be seen through the lens of artistry, measured against a higher standard and found worthy. When Zhang Ziyi spoke, the industry listened and audiences saw him anew, not just as a rising idol, but as an artist whose work had the power to touch, to move, and to command respect from the very best. Don't be fooled by his calm image. Offstage, Wang Yibo battled immense pressure. He overcame fierce competition, eventually debuting in a group of 5 performers. These challenges forged the foundation for his current success. His determination became his strongest weapon. Even Du Hua, head of his management company, spoke publicly about his discipline. She confirmed that his focus was evident since his trainee days and grew stronger as he entered acting. His unusual method of training with chopsticks actually enhanced his dialogue skills, earning him respect for his acting craft. Caught the eye of outspoken celebrities like Jin Xing. Wang Yibo stood out among over 20 idols to join the popular variety show Day Up. Although some questioned whether the show was his only notable work, Wang Han, another respected host, defended him, praising his outstanding dance skills. And when the Untamed exploded in popularity, it silenced many critics. Thanks to the drama's massive success, Wang Yibo became a household name. But with fame came problems, prejudice, labels, and the constant debate of talent versus traffic. In the entertainment industry, it's rare to balance both. Some stars are popular but lack skill. Others are talented but unknown. Wang Yibo straddled both worlds. At the Huabiao Awards, Wang Yibo stood shoulder to shoulder with veteran actor Zhang Ziyi as the only 2 nominees for Best Actor. Though he didn't take home the award, the nomination itself was monumental. Esteemed host Ni Ping praised his performance, calling it so good that it was hard to believe it was him on screen. Slowly but surely, public perception began to shift. He was no longer just a traffic star, but a serious actor. Yet recently his output has slowed. Few new films, fewer variety show appearances. Fans began to worry. Was Wong Eba losing momentum? But behind the scenes, he was preparing something greater. His appearance in Paris sparked heated discussions. His style, his confidence, his maturity. Compared to his early days, he now radiated a calm strength. Not long after, Wong Eba shocked fans with his presence at the Global Civilizations Conference. From Paris fashion shows to national conferences, his schedule was packed, his influence undeniable. The People's Daily reported on him extensively, even using his music in their national showcases. Sharing the stage with icons like Zhang Ziyi and Zhang Jie, Wang Yibo stood tall as a representative of the new generation. Once again, Zhang Jie's words proved true. Wang Yibo isn't just popular, he's genuinely talented. His story is like fine wine, richer, deeper, and more refined with time. Whether in racing, rock climbing, or acting, he approaches everything with precision and passion. The People's Daily continues to recognize him as a cultural symbol, and his role at the Global Civilizations Conference solidifies that reputation. From idol to actor, from dancer to national representative, Wang Yibo's journey is still unfolding. What began as a story of a trainee under pressure has become an inspiring tale of resilience, talent, and recognition. Thank you for watching Nine Dragon Channel. If you enjoyed today's deep dive into Wang Yibo's story, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more updates on China's most fascinating stars. Until next time, stay inspired and stay curious.